Silent Hill 2 introduced us to another part of the foggy town as James Sunderland. Now, it's time to revisit the bleak streets once more in this sub-story included in the Restless Dreams version of the game. But is this wish still worth granting today, or should it be left forgotten? Set before the events of the main game, Born from a Wish puts you into the shoes of the seductive Maria, who awakens alone in the empty town. She questions whether to live or be killed by the monsters roaming the streets.
Should I run away?
But she decides to find her purpose instead, to look for someone else in the town. And that's the entire concept of this sub-story for the amazing Silent Hill 2. Although it may not have as much depth as the main game, Born from a Wish has a pretty intriguing concept enough to keep you engaged with it. Even though there are only two characters in this sub-story, the connection between Maria and Ernest has a rather eerie feeling to it, and will keep you intrigued as the plot slowly unfolds. A side of Maria that had only previously been hinted at in the main game is also revealed. However, it also raises a few questions regarding her that makes the story of Silent Hill 2 a little unclear. So it still has that trademark leave you with your imagination idea that the game is well known for.
You think miracles really can happen?
In this 30-minute journey, you'll be exploring a few familiar locales as well as a new area to explore. The Baldwin Mansion is an empty and gloomy setting that almost feels depressing to explore, and it almost feels like you're actually visiting a real haunted house. And Maria's entire purpose in the game of longing for a companion in an empty town makes for a very heavy atmosphere, especially when compared to the main game, as James never really needed a companion, while Maria on the other hand acted as if she would do anything just to see Ernest's face. And because of this heavy atmosphere, I kind of actually vastly prefer it to the main games. From start to finish, it felt like you never really have an actual purpose to live, and you're just trying to move on from the next event to another, which is basically what Maria was feeling. Being just a sub-story, there's no provided tweak or additions to the gameplay. However, this time the game strips you away from the handy radio and flashlight, as you're forced to explore the moody mansion with just an underpowered revolver and a cleaver. Although the weapon feels more like a safety option, as combat doesn't really feel necessary, since you can easily walk past many of the game's enemies. And unlike other Silent Hill games, there's only one puzzle to be found here. Although it still provides a bit of a head-scratching challenge, so your time in the mansion still isn't a cakewalk. What here doesn't really break any new ground, but considering that it's just an additional chapter to the main game, it doesn't really feel like it needed to include many new features. Whenever Silent Hill 2 is talked about, they only mention the main game and never this sub-story. And it's a shame because they're totally missing out on a spectacular story with a superior atmosphere to the main game. Sure, it may not be as thought-provoking as it, but Born from a Wish will definitely please anyone who's looking for a story devoid of any hope.